So you've been having a few drinks in your favorite bar and you figure it's time to go home. So you leave the bar and go out to your car, but realize as you're walking to your car that you're really in no condition to drive home. So you get in your car and you start the engine because it's February, it's cold out, and you want the heat for the car to keep you warm. You fall asleep. Next thing you know, there's a rapping on the window of your car, and it's a police officer wanting to know what you're doing. Can he charge you with drunk driving? You want to know the answer? Hi, I'm Steve Richardson, and I'm a DUI attorney here in southern New Jersey. And the answer is maybe not. Because one of the things that the state has to prove in order to convict you for drunk driving is that you intended to operate the vehicle. Remember, you're driving or operating under the influence of either drugs or alcohol. So you have to have that intent. Now, it used to be, putting your keys in the ignition and starting the vehicle was enough to show an intent to drive. You started the car. But there was a case that came out a few years ago where just what I described happened. This person left the bar where he'd been drinking, got into his car, realized he was in no condition to drive, and decided to sleep it off, started the engine to keep the car warm. And that's not an unusual thing. And the court said he had no intention to drive the vehicle. It helped that by the time the police got there, it was about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. The bar had long closed, so obviously he had been there for a while. But that case stands for the proposition that you have to have that mental intent to operate the vehicle. In a lot of cases, drunk driving, you're driving along the road and you get pulled over. It's pretty straightforward that you're operating the vehicle and you intended to do so. But it may not be the case. There was another case in which police came by. There was a car in the driveway. Person was in the car. Engine was running, and he was drunk. But they couldn't prove that he had driven the vehicle into the driveway. He could have come out of his house, gotten into the car, was trying to charge up the battery or do something else with the vehicle, and he started the engine. There has to be an intent to operate the vehicle. And if without proof beyond a reasonable doubt that that was your intent, police here in New Jersey, the state cannot convict you of drunk driving. So, if you've been charged with drunk driving here in southern New Jersey, please feel free to give my office a call. Be happy to sit down, go over your situation, see what defenses you have, and make sure that you get the right representation and possibly beat the charge of drunk driving.